Hi, welcome back to my channel. Good to see you. I'm still Kify Duruji, and welcome back to Kify Duruji Ministries. Okay, good to see you, and I hope you have been doing very well. Okay, about the prophecy I released the last time. I released it because I just felt it was high time I just said it out. I know a lot of men of God have been saying it, but you know, sometimes we have different revelations. So I released it because I sensed in the spirit that the time is now very close. Very close, because it's not the first time God is showing me something in that sort. And it's coming again means it's actually now very close to what He's been trying to say. Alright, so it happened that sometime in 2014, one fateful day, that God showed me something that was coming to Nigeria when Nigeria was clamoring and asking for change. So God showed me then that the former head of state was going to be facing a very strong challenge. And a lot of things transpired in that revelation, because I saw that he lost the battle, that the fight against him was so much and he lost the battle and he was succeeded by somebody else. But when the person who was succeeding came in, there was lots of trouble because Nigerians didn't still get what they wanted. Everything turned worse. And in that revelation then, it happened that as things turned worse, suddenly there was so much loss of life and stuff coming in form of terrorism and stuff, and eventually a war broke out. In this war, I saw that because I was able to converse in the course of this revelation, so again my spirit was lifted up high, so I could ask the angels what was that, and they told me that the then head of state was going to lose, and that afterwards this is what the country will be facing. And it happened that there was so much famine in the sense that the country was difficult to cope with. There was economic recession, food was very expensive. So that was the kind of famine I'm talking about. Food was very expensive and money became almost of no value. So at some point a war broke out. In this war I saw women, children, men coming out on the road to fight. It was crazy, very crazy. You know, at some point last year, I was thinking it was a particular set of religious people that was trying to contend for the ruler. That was the revelation that God showed me. So every time they come out to protest, I actually really do pray for Nigeria that this thing does not turn to something else. Because God said when time comes close for that thing to happen, that He's going to let me know. And so as this war broke out, it was so severe that we can't even come out for days. We had to move around the town. And in the course of this war, it was recorded that 20 million lives was lost. How do I know it was 20 million lives? I was told that at the end of this stuff that lives lost were 20 million. And it was very scary because 20 million was outrageous for a number of people to die for nothing. And so I began to intercede and begin to pray for Nigeria. And they said I should watch. So when I watched, because at this point I was still high looking down on Nigeria, and I saw a fence erupting in Nigeria. So there was this fence coming up in Nigeria, and the fence was indefinite because it was in the middle of nowhere. Like, it's not like it's an estate or a house. So this fence was indefinite to the left and to the right. And I asked, where is this fence going and stuff? They said, no, it's indefinite. So in my understanding, I already understood that it means like a form of demarcation or separation or secession, whatever they call it in English. And I saw that as this fence was there, that some men was manning this fence. These men were not policemen nor army. They were not armed or looking like they were going to harass anybody. They were wearing carton color, like, you know, like creamy color. I didn't realize who they were until after the revelation, and I realized that was the color of immigration. I'm not very close to immigration authorities, so I don't really record their colors. I'm familiar with police color and army, but the immigration was manning these fences, and they're making people show them a certain thing that looks like a driver's license, not a passport. People were bringing out a short paper, a short card, that then to me seemed like a driver's license, something in this form. All right, not a bit bigger than driver's license, but a bit in this form. People were showing it to pass, and then when I now descended, I now saw a friend of mine. He's a popular actor, all right, a popular actor. I will reserve his name. Looking a bit older, thin, very thin, of course from the famine, but he had white beards and white hair. And I was like, "Oh, you made it." And he was like, "Yes, my friend, I made it. I'm glad you made it too." So we're really happy that we made it. And even at that point, because of his position and our position, we could also help save people by saying this person belongs to this side, or this person is supposed to have that card but doesn't have it, but we know we can identify the person. And the person was let into the bus, and the buses, there were now military men in the buses that we're using in the town. Of course, nobody owned the car after that time. Driving the car was something that didn't happen in this revelation. We were entering public transport, all right? It was like a sort of a bus. So in this bus, you see other people in the bus, and in the bus, the army there will still ask you for that particular card, and we'll still show that card. I don't know why we weren't driving, even if I know at least I had a car the time before that time, and my friend is an actor, so he should have a car or something like that. But we're entering these buses, and we're thanking God. It was so severe that there was no place to hide. Before prior to this, thanking God that we made it and showing these cards to pass. And on the waking of this revelation, I realized that this thing is not happening today, because my friend was quite younger, much younger than he was. This is far back 2014. Today is 2021, 11th of May, right? It was the 12th. What's today's date? 17th of May. So today is 17th of May, and I'm talking about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 7.5 years ago, probably 7.5 years ago or 8 years ago. So a lot of us have changed. So this actor, a very renowned actor, was having white beards and stuff. And before that time, he still had his black hair, looking chubby and looking fit and younger. But right now, in that relation, he was looking older. And what amazes me is that when I saw him last time in the birthday, it was Good Luck's birthday, and I saw that he was looking close to the way he was looking there. And I was shocked. I didn't know why I was shocked, because his beard was turning white and he has lost so much weight. I haven't seen him this year, or of course since last 1 year, because this year and last year before the lockdown, I have not set my eyes on him. So I don't know how he looks. I'm sure that he's probably looking exactly the way he looked in that revelation. So that is why I had to let that prophecy out. Because you see, after that war, nobody was talking about car or properties. We were thanking God we're alive, we're entering public transport. 2, we were showing a certain kind of card for identification. It was not a passport. I was sure it wasn't a passport. It was a kind of card. I know what my spirit tells me. My spirit tells me that card I saw then was national identity card. NIN, what do they call that thing? That card that everybody's been made to do now. So you better go and get your card. So I've been trying to ask myself, what would this card be signifying, since the card is small? I'm sure after getting the paper that is long, the final card will be in form of a driver's license, and I'm sure your state may be showing on that card. Because we were showing a card, it's not possible that the card that we were showing to cross was manufactured in the midst of the world. I'm sure it was an existing card or something, but people were showing some sort of an ID to be able to pass in the same country, the same Nigerian country. So this is why I'm making this video again, that if, like they say, if there are people to pray, there is a merciful God to answer. You see, Abraham had to pray so that Lot could be saved. We can pray so that our nation can be saved. God is merciful, and I'm sure why he shows us these things sometimes is so that we can resound them, and people can intercede for the nation. People can cry, people can plead, people can bear. People can humble themselves. You see, the whole world is at the point where God has humbled the whole world. God has actually brought us to our knees, no matter the level where we should be humbled. And this includes us. We should be seeking God's face to show us a way out of this menace, because this is actually getting out of hand. It is very apparent that every day people die in this country for no reason. Every day famine is surely in our faces. The cost of food is on the rise and increase every day. People's salary are not increasing. What else is famine? Do you want it to be like in terms of the Bible, the drought? You want it to like it's not raining? As a matter of fact, it's not even raining. So it's also possible we cannot even cultivate enough food for us, especially when we have to import food. Now, where shall we import food from when those that we should import from are in lockdown? The world needs God. Nigeria needs God. We need God to help us go through this phase and come out strong, because we are going to make it, and the plans of the enemy will never stand. I'm happy I'm sharing this with you once again, and I'm pleading with you, and this is a call upon you to actually intercede for the country. It's not enough for us to plan to escape. We all are planning to run away from the country, but it's not enough. Nowhere is actually saving the world, but we must pray for our own homeland. God bless you and shalom.